Welcome to Cryptid Concoctions, the post show to Miles, Menus, and Mystery. Today, we're going to be putting a classic spin on the official cocktail of New Orleans, the Sazerac.
Today, we'll be putting our classic spin on the New Orleans official cocktail, the Sazerac. To start off, you'll need a sugar cube, Peychaud's bitters, cognac, and absinthe. First, you'll take a sugar cube and place it in your glass. After the sugar cube, you'll want to add 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. One, two, three. You'll want to muddle, crush, just mix the sugar cube with the bitters. Once the sugar cube and bitters has been mixed, you'll want to add an 1.5 ounces of cognac. As we've been making this drink, we've been chilling this glass on the side. And by doing that, it's super easy. You just add ice and let it sit for a minute. So once the glass has been chilled, you'll dump the ice. And you'll want to rinse it with 1/4 ounce of absinthe. And this was real easy to do. You'll just add 1/4 ounce of absinthe. And to rinse it, you just want to make sure you coat the whole entire glass. Once the glass has been coated, you'll want to get rid of the excess absinthe. And then the bitters, cognac, and crushed sugar cube you'll now add to the rinsed absinthe glass. And there is the M3 classic twist to the New Orleans classic Sazerac.
So the reason we chose the Sazerac, a little behind the scenes note here, we actually went to New Orleans to interview David Ray Morris. And we really haven't spent that much time in New Orleans.
Not as much as I'd like to.
Right, but it was pretty cool. The night before, he took us to a little place in his neighborhood called Vaughn's. It was a bar, and I actually had a Sazerac, so that's where I got the idea. And typically now, they make the Sazerac with rye, but there's a quote that didn't make the episode from David Ray that we're going to show you here.
It was after dinner had been served, and Terry Southern noticed that he and Faulkner were the only 2 people who were drinking brandy. And he pointed that out, and Faulkner apparently said, "Terry, wine is for gentlemen and ladies. Brandy is for the heroes."
And that is why we decided to make this one with brandy, because it's the way they used to do it. It's been a little bit different than all the episodes we filmed, just because there's not a specific creature we're searching for. It was kind of it was probably the most I've learned. And that's saying a lot, because it's in my zip code.
It's true, it's in your area code.
Yeah,
it's on your zip code.
It's in my area code.
Yeah, I learned a lot about the city, Yazoo City, just kind of the atmosphere from 1904 to present day. I think we got kind of a handful of history there.
And everyone we spoke to loves Yazoo City.
Yes,
the
I literally
love,
took the words out of my mouth.
The love for the town amongst people who live there, it's high.
It is, yeah, absolutely. And so that's always fun. That's good.
That always puts us off to a positive start when it's like that.
The barbecue was great.
Yes.
I need more barbecue in my life.
The barbecue was incredible. We definitely need to go down for one of the festivals and give Leslie another visit, because I would definitely eat there again.
Because we go to these places and we can't order everything on the menu, except for Angela. But yeah, there's so many ways to eat barbecue that I'm sure Leslie would be happy to provide. And then of course, Main Street. I know with the Blues Festival, that always gets way more action than.
Right.
Were we there in the middle of the week? I was trying to remember.
Yeah, I believe we were there.
I think it was a Tuesday, Wednesday or something. Yeah, so it was a little quiet, which is fine.
It's good for filming, because
it's good for business.
It's a lot easier going. But we had a lot of fun at the Main Street Hotel. and Joanne Adams, and seeing all the colored buildings down there, which was the inspiration for the art behind the episode, was perfect.
It was good.
It was. And Gloria Lane Owens, actually, another side note, she gave us the moon pies. She gave us a box of moon pies that we.
That's right. She did provide
ate.
the moon pies that we ate at Willie Morris's gravesite. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
So as mentioned in the video, Willie Morris is the author of Good Old Boy and My Dog Skip. And that was a film that I grew up loving. I'm a huge Frankie Muniz fan. Who doesn't love a trained Jack Russell Terrier? And so we were able to do a walking tour that didn't make the video just because...
We had so much good conversation.
We did.
And it was like, not to interrupt you, but
okay.
I feel like when we got there, I didn't quite know what we were shooting yet. Like, the most disorganized we've been getting somewhere.
Well, with the witch's grave, it's there. It's right there.
Yeah,
With the Falcon Monster and the Pascagoula aliens, you got to find them where you can go to the witch's grave.
Right. So, like, yeah, we're going to shoot the witch's grave, and yeah, we're going to do the My Dog Skip tour. But once we sat down...
Who told us? Gloria or Joanne or
about
David?
the tour?
Yeah.
I found it online.
Okay, cool.
But once we actually started having the conversations and realized that this is a story that everyone there gets introduced to at such a young age in school, then the story became about not just the witch, but it really became about Willie Morris and the residents of Yazoo and how the story is incorporated in coming of age. So I feel
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what we went for once we sat down and looked at the footage.
It was fun, but as mentioned, we got to go see Willie Morris's home, his little childhood home, as you saw in the episode, and then places mentioned in the book. This tour it's a walking tour, allows you to go and just kind of see where everything was, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a blast, and I'm sad that it would have been like an hour episode had we included My Dog Skip tour.
All the walking.
But no, it was really fun. And reading the book and remembering the film as a kid, and then literally standing there, kind of like, My Dog Skip wasn't a huge part of my childhood, but
Right.
You were excited to be in Falk with The Legend of Boggy Creek.
Right, because I'd seen that movie as a kid, so...
It's fun to open up a book and literally step inside it,
Right.
We were able to see the tree that Skip was buried under. That it's just cool. It's very cool, and
It was special.
it was. That's a better word. And it's, and I don't think Willie didn't write it to bring recognition to Yazoo. That's my impression. But the recognition Yazoo City has gotten.
He wrote it about his,
Shenanigans.
his shenanigans.
Exactly,
and
his
and his pranks. And one thing that we really haven't talked about yet is the interviews that we do are a lot longer than what are in the episodes, and we're looking at a way to compile those and release them all. And that's something we're debating how we want to do it, but it is something that we're going to do. So if you like a certain guest from the season, you're going to be able to sit down, you're going to be able to watch, that entire interview. So, and
every time we walk away from an interview, I just think I could spend 2 more hours with this person.
Right.
David Ray was fantastic.
He had some there was so many great stories that didn't make it, but that will be, available to check out soon. So.
And Gloria had just wealth of history about Yazoo City and
what it was like to grow up in that period where schools were,
just then
were segregated or just beginning to.
And then hearing about Leslie's family history and what barbecue means to her and her family, it was a great time. Yazoo City will definitely have a special place in our heart.
So we do have one comment on the video. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
From Witters, thank you for returning. Once again, imagine going to a gravesite of a witch who cursed your town on a first grade field trip. Makes my elementary school field trip seem lame.
I didn't even put that into perspective.
Pretty epic. and The Lady Who Remembers Integration. This town has some seriously cool residents. Another great episode.
Thank you, Witters.
Thank you. And we talked about the segregation there for a minute, but I did
not even think
field
about
trip.
being a 6-year-old going to the witch's grave that cursed my town.
That's pretty intense.
That is intense.
And maybe that's why that story sticks with them for so long.
Which would make sense, absolutely. That's a great point. When I was in first grade, I was in North Carolina, and we learned about like the colonies, and maybe we went to the Science Museum. And we've talked about in how we got into cryptozoology, and I was read To Kill a Mockingbird at a very young age, but I feel like that's nothing compared to visiting a witch's grave in first grade.
I remember like going to like Tupelo and seeing battlefields and like doing some like Mississippi history as a whole, but like I never got introduced to the witch like from school.
Yeah.
That was like something that I learned about when My Dog Skip came out.
What a great point. That's really funny. But it would make sense. Like everybody that we spoke to was like, oh yeah.
It's a big part of my story.
It is. Yeah, that's wild. What a great point. Thanks, Witters.
Thank you. As we wrap up this episode of Cryptid Concoctions, we wanted you to know there might be a slight delay on our season finale. It was originally planned for June 28th, but there is a good reason. We're still trying to get it out that day, but can't guarantee it. We will be making an announcement on Instagram as to when you can expect that episode. But for now, Monster Fest is 1 week away.
I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome.
This has been a long journey leading up to Monster Fest, and it is here.
We
are ready. So we're
Canton, Ohio, watch out.
We're looking forward to watching Cursed Waters, to meeting small town monsters again, and seeing everyone there. And
I'm so excited. It's crazy that it's been a year.
It has.
We were there for Monster Fest last year.
And we had a lot of fun.
Had a blast. And so, I mean, we left there saying, we're going, like, hope they have a second one because we're here. And then shortly enough, Small Town Monsters announced, hey, Monster Fest 2 is coming up. We're stoked. I think A3 is our booth.
A3. So if you guys are at Monster Fest in Canton, Ohio, come and say hey.
Yeah, come and say hey.
We're having a special giveaway there as well. We're giving away a 2024 Small Town Monsters Kickstarter bundle with Blu-ray upgrade. So come see us at A3, learn how you can enter for a chance to win that giveaway, and we will see you at Monster Fest.
Bye, guys.